So before we explain what web accessibility is, let's understand what that means. So the guidelines for web accessibility are called the WCAG, or Web Content Accessibility Guidelines version 2.1. All of the guidelines adhere to the WCAG 2.1 or 2.0 version regulations. So WCAG regulations from here on out refer to the worldwide regulations. Those rules and regulations are provided by W3C. They're comprised of hundreds of rules that describe how your site must function, be designed, behave, code standards, and other guidelines that are designed to help explain what an accessible website should be like. The WCAG regulations fall into two types. The first type is user interface and design-related adjustments, and those comprise about 30% of the adjustments, such as sizing, contrast, animation, and more. The second type comprises of about 70% of the adjustments, including keyword navigation adjustments for the motor impaired and screen reader optimization for blind people. So now that we understand what WCAG is, we can discuss how our technology can help your site become compliant. So to comply with ADA Title III, WCAG, and other legislations, we utilize two components that work simultaneously together to achieve compliance and remedy web accessibility issues. The first is our accessibility interface, and the second is our background component. This component is responsible for 70% of the compliance and takes 48 hours from initial installation to complete processing and achieve compliance. Before we discuss how the AI works, we're going to discuss our user interface and get a better understanding of how it operates. This interface helps to comply with the 30% of regulations up front, such as design, cognitive, and motor sensory requirements. So at the top of the interface, you'll find the Stop Animation button. This is for people who have epilepsy and they suffer from issues where they're exposed to flickering animation, which could result in a seizure. When this button's clicked, all animation, such as video, CSS animations, embedded iframes from Vimeo, YouTube, and other sources, and GIFs are paused. As you can see, by clicking the button, the flickering GIF was paused immediately. Another feature is the virtual keyboard, which is used by people that don't have palms or fingers, so they can simply click a mouse with the base of their arm with a gentle click. For them, this keyboard will pop up similar to that on a phone, and they can use the mouse to be able to click on this very easily. For people with cognitive and learning disabilities that may have a hard time grasping certain words, abbreviations, or even slang terms that appear within your page, we have a feature that is linked with dictionaries through Wikipedia and Wiktionary to provide instant and elaborate definitions of the keyword being searched. It could be the name of a person, a complicated concept, or even a new word like facepalm, where elderly people may not know. So this feature helps people with cognitive disorders get better information about the web page that they're interacting with. The content adjustments have different options to adjust how the content is displayed. So if this font isn't visible to someone with blurred vision, they can simply click on Readable Font to make the website easily readable. In addition, if they find that the content is too small, then they can adjust the size until it's just right for their particular need. They can also adjust word